Past, Now Read, presents another entry in our anthology of stories that need to be told. Buried Alive. If you have a story that needs to be told, email it to stories@pastnowread.com. If you like this story, stay tuned each Sunday afternoon for the next episode. Now, Buried Alive. Enjoy. I remember the silence more than the scream. It wasn't the roar of the avalanche that haunted me. It was what came after. The stillness so complete, it felt like the world had already decided I was gone. Buried. Forgotten. Somewhere beneath 10 feet of snow, my body was shutting down. But my soul was waiting. For her. They say time slows down when you die. They're wrong. It stops completely. Seconds stretch into hours, and in that frozen eternity you hear things, your own regrets, your own prayers, hers too. She screamed my name until her voice broke. Then she did something neither of us had done in years. She prayed. And what answered her wasn't the wind. I wasn't the same man when they pulled me from that mountain. And she wasn't the same woman when she fell to her knees and begged God not to let me die. She was laughing, carving smooth lines through the untouched powder, blonde ponytail whipping like a metronome of joy. I remember thinking I'd never seen her look so alive. The sun lit the slope like a movie set. Bluebird sky, crystal snow, the whole world held its breath for her. I was filming her from above. GoPro mounted on my chest, goggles fogged with sweat and wonder. "You're killing it, babe," I shouted, trying to keep up. She turned and stuck out her tongue. "Try to catch me." Her voice echoed between ridgelines. We shouldn't have been out of bounds. We both knew that. But we needed this. After everything, we needed the silence, the thrill, the reset. Her miscarriage in October nearly broke us. We'd stopped praying, stopped speaking of things that mattered. We talked about weather, groceries, dead space. This was supposed to heal something. And for a few perfect minutes, it almost did. I cut left around a stand of trees and saw her below, waiting, waving her poles like a kid. I waved back. That's when I heard it. A low, alien whomp, like thunder with no echo. The ground beneath my skis shifted. I felt the mountain inhale. "Move!" I screamed. She looked up, confused. Then the white wall came. The avalanche broke like the ocean. A 40-foot wave of snow, ice, rock, and pine. It moved too fast for sound. I dropped into a crouch, aiming downhill, trying to outrun it. The GoPro caught my last clean breath. Then I saw her eyes go wide, and she vanished. Just gone. Swallowed whole. The roar overtook me. My skis tore off. I was tumbling. Sky, snow, sky, snow. Something cracked my shoulder, maybe. I tried to brace, tried to scream, tried to breathe. Snow jammed into my mouth, my ears, my thoughts. Then, impact. Everything stopped. No light, no sound, just crushing weight. I couldn't move, couldn't tell up from down. My arms pinned, my legs numb. Panic surged, then faded, as if even fear couldn't find me. Was she alive? Did she get clear? God help her. The thoughts slipped out like a breath I didn't know I was holding. Then the silence came, that terrible, final silence, and I waited. Her scream cut through the wind like something primal. I couldn't see her, of course. I was entombed beneath the snow, but I swear I heard it. Her voice, ripping through the stillness like a flare in the dark. Then, nothing. You don't feel time under the snow. You don't feel cold, not really. Just pressure. And the weight of your own thoughts. That's the part they never tell you. The thoughts get loud. Too loud. She'll find me. She saw where I went down. She has to. Then doubt comes slithering in. What if she panicked? What if she ran for help? What if she's... No, don't think it. Don't think about her brother. But I did. 2 years ago, her little brother died in an icefall, a hiking trip. Rescue came too late. She never forgave the mountain, or God, or herself. She told me once she hated the silence of snow, said it felt too much like a grave. And now here we were, buried in it. Her voice came again, closer now, muffled, desperate. Where are you? Please, where are you? My lungs were burning. I tried to scream, but snow swallowed every sound. I slammed my head back against the ice in frustration. Nothing. Above, she clawed at the snow with her hands. No tools, no beacon, just blind, frantic love. No signal on her phone, no emergency kit. We'd left our avalanche gear in the SUV, thinking we were just ducking the ropes for a quick thrill. We were reckless, and it was killing me. She collapsed into the snow, gasping, her gloves soaked, her fingernails torn, and somewhere inside that breaking heart, a word bubbled up she hadn't dared say in years. God. She whispered it like a curse. God, if you're still there. She paused. The cold wind kicked up, stinging her face. She blinked up into the endless white sky, teeth chattering. Don't let him die. She said it again, this time louder. Don't let him die! Then she hit the snow with her fists. 1, 2, 3 times, sobbing, begging, not just for me, for herself, for all the things she never said, for all the prayers she stopped believing would matter. Then she froze. A sound, faint, like someone tapping on a wooden coffin. She dropped to her knees, ears straining. Was that you? She whispered. No answer. Just the wind. She started digging like a machine possessed. No technique, just raw instinct. She carved out snow with her arms, her elbows, even her helmet. Her hands bled through the gloves. She didn't care. The sound was gone now. No more thumps. Maybe she imagined it, maybe I was already gone. She didn't stop. She marked a grid in the slope, counting feet, eyes scanning for the smallest clue. Broken branches, a ski tip, a torn strap. Her breath came in ragged clouds. She was shaking hard, lips blue, body failing. But something kept her moving. She didn't say another word. She just worked. Night began falling like ash. Shadows stretched across the slope. The warmth of the sun had long faded, and now the real enemy arrived, time. Frost crept into her sleeves. Her knees buckled once, then again. But then she saw it, a ski pole, sticking up like a flag in the snow. She ran, stumbling to it, wrenching it from the ground. Her breath caught. She recognized the strap, her initials on the tag she stitched last Christmas. Mine. 12 feet away, another shape, half buried. My glove. She screamed, a name this time, over and over, louder than before. The wind didn't answer, the mountain didn't care, but she did. She dropped beside it and began digging with everything she had left. Layers of snow flew behind her, her nails turned black. She found my pack strap, then my leg, then my face, eyes closed, skin grey, snow frozen to my beard like frostbite, glitter. My lips weren't moving. She tore off her gloves and pressed her fingers to my neck, her sobs turning into a frantic prayer. Please, God, please. No pulse. She dropped her head to my chest and listened. Nothing. A second, then 2, then 10. She lifted her face and looked straight up into the sky, snow falling soft around her. Please, she said. I can't do this without him. She tilted my head back, opened my mouth, covered it with hers and blew, compressed my chest, counted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blue again, nothing, again, nothing. She kept going and going and going until finally my chest heaved, a shallow gasp, the faintest flicker of life. She sobbed and pressed her face to mine, whispering, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." Then she looked down at her own hands. They were pale, almost blue. She swayed and collapsed beside me. The last thing I remember was warmth. Not the comforting kind, the dangerous kind. Hypothermia warmth, the kind that tricks the dying into undressing in the snow. And then, light, somewhere above. A voice, ragged and trembling, sobbing into my ear. "I'm sorry. I was angry. I stopped believing." She thought I couldn't hear her, but I heard everything. "I blamed you for everything we lost. The baby, my brother. I thought if I stopped feeling, I'd stop hurting." A pause. "But I never stopped loving you." I tried to open my eyes. Couldn't. Then her hands on my face, her cheek on mine, hot tears falling like grace. "I need you to live," she whispered. Then her body slid beside mine and I felt her weight curl into me, like she was trying to hold my soul in place. She wasn't warm anymore. She was ice. I wanted to scream, tell her to get up, to move, to try again, but I was trapped in my own bones. She drifted, frost on her eyelashes, her breathing slowed, snowflakes settled on her back, unmoving. "God, please." That was the only prayer I had left, not for me, for her. We were both unconscious when the rescue team arrived. A skier on the other ridge had seen the avalanche and radioed patrol. They tracked her footprints, found the glove she'd left upright as a marker. She saved me, and nearly died doing it. They airlifted us out just before midnight. I didn't wake up until the next morning inside a body bag they hadn't yet zipped. She woke a few hours later in a heated tent, wrapped in foil blankets and grace. We both had frostbite. She lost the tip of one finger. I lost some memory of that day. But we didn't lose each other. They told us it was a miracle, how long we survived, how deep I was buried. How she held on through the cold, I already knew. Because when you see death, and God answers through someone else's breath, you never forget it. And you never doubt again. We returned to the mountain that summer. No snow, just sunlight and silence. She took my hand as we stood where it happened, where love broke and faith returned. People asked how we survived, doctors gave statistics, friends called it luck. But we knew the truth. It wasn't the digging or the CPR, or even the timing. It was the prayer. The one she hadn't said in years. The one that pierced heaven like a flare in the dark. We went up that slope as two broken people. We came down as one, found, forgiven, and finally alive. You have been listening to Buried Alive, produced and adapted for audio narration by Past Now Read, stories that need to be told. If you have a story that needs to be told, email it to stories@pastnowread.com. Please subscribe, like and hit that bell for future updates. If you liked this story, stay tuned for the next episode each Sunday afternoon. Follow for more. If you like our stories, please tag with someone who may also like Past Now Read, stories that need to be told. Thank you. All content and images are copyrighted by Phone House, LLC, 2025, all rights reserved.